When working with images, you're going to import a lot of the images that you need to use within Viz from external sources. But once you have some images in here like we have here, you may need to make some changes to these images. And you may not always want to right click and export this, save it out, and then re-import it again in an external program. What you can do is use the image editor within Viz. So we're going to manipulate this picture right here, and I'm going to double click on it, and it takes us into the image editor. Now this is not Photoshop or any other image manipulation program, so it is a little bit limited, but for some quick fixes and manipulation of some things that you may need to do, this is a good quick way to change any image that you want. So for instance, when I double clicked on this, it told me the name of this picture, which is Switcher. It also tells me the size, which is 1600 by 1200 pixel. A little bit big. So first thing I know that I want to do is scale this down. So I'm going to click on the scale here, and it gives us this little window up here. And let's say I want to go down to maybe about 40%. And now it tells me what the width and the height of this is, 640 by 480. If I like that, I'm going to hit apply, and now that's going to apply that particular setting. So I have a couple of other settings here that I may want to try. And first there's a blur. So if I click on the blur, it brings up this blur factor here, and I can adjust it. And in the right here, it gives me a little preview of what the blur amount I applied will look like. So I'm just going to come down through, and we won't go through all of them, but here's one for charcoal. So you can see what that does with the charcoal and the sigma. Now if I wanted to apply any of these, I would just hit apply, and it would apply it to this picture. So color gamma, I can change this a little bit. Maybe I'll change the color a little bit. I'll hit apply, and I'll come down to contrast and hue. We can adjust some of this as well. Convert format, you can tell right now it's in RGB because this is grayed out. Also on the left hand side it says RGB. So if we wanted to change this to RGBA, alpha, luminance, luminance alpha, we could do any of that as well. Also a crop and add. So when we use this crop and add, I can adjust the left edge, the right edge, the top, and the bottom as well. And if I want to apply that, I can. There's also emboss. So we can emboss this a little bit, and now it shows you what the emboss looks like. The Gaussian blur here, when we work with the blur, it gives you a little box within the image. This box is what's basically going to be the preview amount. So when we add this, this is what the little box is showing you. So I'm going to go down to one more here, swirl. Let's swirl this a little bit. It kind of shows you what the swirl looks like, and the wave, maybe we'll adjust this wave a little bit. And if I want to apply any of these, I can. So what I'm going to do, if I like this, I'm going to save as, and it will allow us to name it something new. And why don't we just give it a new name here? We'll call it _1. We're going to hit OK, and we can hit close. And now this will show up in our image window. And if you want to be able to just quickly search for it, you can come up here to date. Maybe hit it once or twice, and it will show the image as the first thing in the list here.